According to the forthcoming book by Washington Post reporters Philip Rucker and Carol Leonnig, the idea for Donald Trump to challenge the results of the 2020 presidential election actually came on election night from a very drunk Rudy Giuliani. Again, according to the book. There was no breathalyzer performed on Giuliani. I was not personally there, so I can't say that he actually was drunk. But the book says he was drunk, so let's expand on that for just a few moments here. First and foremost, that makes sense, right? This is exactly what you would expect from somebody who was, three sheets to the wind, could barely stand up. It's like, no, we didn't lose. You just say we won. Because that is exactly what the book says Giuliani said. Trump came in the room, asked, what's happening in Michigan? And Giuliani's response, again, according to the book, was, just say we won. He said, okay, what's happening in Pennsylvania? Just say we won. Giuliani's grand plan was to just say Trump won, state after state, based on nothing. Stepien, Miller, and Meadows thought his argument was both incoherent and irresponsible. So even Trump's own people who were there present, the ones who have gone along with the big lie, hell, you had Mark Meadows, who wanted the DOJ to investigate Italian space lasers changing vote totals. That's a thing he wanted investigated by the Department of Justice. But even he thought Giuliani's drunken idea of just denying it ever happened, yeah, that's incoherent and irresponsible. And we all know which side Donald Trump decided to take that evening. He chose the incoherent and irresponsible. And the rest is history at this point. Again, given I was not there, I can't say for certain that Giuliani was actually drunk. But I do want to say briefly here that there are plenty of reports over the years of Giuliani, having a bit of a drinking problem. Again, I haven't been present at any of these instances that folks have talked about in other reporting over the years. But, they do paint a picture of a guy who likes to have a couple drinks. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. If you're not getting behind the wheel, if you're not hurting anybody else, sure, do your thing, Rudy. You be you. But when you're getting tanked and then coming up with ideas that are essentially going to threaten the foundations of our very democratic processes here in the United States, then yeah, I would say at that point your drinking has become a problem. Because Donald Trump listened to him. There were other voices in the room. Voices telling Donald Trump, it is what it is, man. Don't listen to the wacky guy. He's had a few too many. And Trump said, nope, I'm going to go with this guy. This is what I'm going to do. And he continued that. But another thing this story shows us, drunken Giuliani or not drunken Giuliani, is that the whole thing was a farce from the beginning. And they knew it, at least at one point. They all knew it. Again, Giuliani, maybe he was drunk, maybe he was sober, but at that time he understood they didn't win, but still said, screw it, let's just say we won. That undermines every single thing Giuliani did from that point forward in filing these election challenges. It also probably isn't going to help him in the defamation case that he is still trying to fight off. Donald Trump, same thing. He knew they didn't win. But now you can't convince him otherwise. The lie was birthed on that evening. And even though they all knew it was a lie, each and every one of them gaslit themselves so much that they all now believe it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel for fresh content 7 days a week.